Hey everybody, this is Wes with A1, back with another weekly video. I know it's been a while. I'm sorry, we've been on a bit of a hiatus. We've been busy doing a few things behind the scenes, acquiring some big collections here at the store. Also, we were at TorpedoCon, which was very fun. Thanks to Torpedo Comics for hosting that great event. But we've been tied up in a few things. Needless to say, we are making some changes so that we can definitely provide these videos every week without fail. Don't worry, we got you covered here at A1 Comics. So, if you're new, thanks for joining us for this video. We do a little bit of a brief rundown of the week's news, kind of industry news, back issue market, and comics to look out for. So everything your comic heart could desire as far as the collecting and the hobby goes. We try and squeeze it into a short video so you can go on with the rest of your busy day. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump on to the news. In the back issue market this week, we're seeing a lot of trends that we've seen similar weeks. And I know that it may sound like a bit of a broken record here, but it's definitely the case where we're seeing a lot of tried and true back issues that have always been pretty reliable, continue to either stay where they were at as far as not moving backwards, but continuing to gain traction. A lot of the bigger blue chip books, the Amazing Fantasy 15, Fantastic Four 1, Hulk 1, etc., are continuing to make small gains, but we're also seeing a lot of some of the modern issues that spiked in May, June, somewhere in that area, start to pull back a bit. The likes of Ultimate Fallout 4 and some of the other newer modern books that are keys, but they've started to level out a bit. I don't think that this is going to stay that way. I think it's more of a drop, and we're going to see a bit of a spike again. Those are characters. Miles Morales, we know, is going to be in the MCU at some point, and there's a lot of fans that love that character. So I would say, if you've got that book, I would say just hold on to it. It's going to be just fine. We also have a lot of renewed interest in Golden Age comics. We've seen more interest in those books, and then, as a lot of you know, there's a very limited supply of those vintage books. So what's happening is, supply and demand, those books are starting to go up, the likes of which are some of the Matt Baker romance covers I've talked about before, some of the EC horror books, pre-code horror, and some just early Fawcett and Timely books. So that's an interesting bit of back issue news on those titles. As far as some of the mainstays or some of the books that are more commonly sought after lately, you're seeing a lot of interest in some Marvel keys such as Fantastic Four 5, first appearance of Doctor Doom. It's a great villain who I know that there's a lot of speculation for that character appearing in the MCU. We're also seeing, on the heels of Loki finishing, spoilers, I know, that we saw, Kang teased, and we've seen Avengers 8 begin to really take off. So that is exciting. We've also seen, again, a reoccurring trend, which is Adam Warlock keys start to spike. Those are, very exciting books. There's a lot of different Adam Warlock keys, and people are starting to realize the importance of that character in the overall Marvel universe, comic book universe, and also rumors that he will be appearing in the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So a lot of interesting things. The comic book market continues to be very healthy. We've seen some pullback on some tried and true Bronze Age keys where they've more leveled out, such as Giant Size X-Men and Hulk 181. But I think it's more of a leveling out, and then, those books will continue to be books that are always sought after, and I think that they're going to be in a really good place. So that was our rundown of the comic book back issue market. So I hope you're enjoying the hobby and enjoying what you are picking up. It's a good time to be a comic book collector. There's a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of new people entering the hobby, which makes it a lot of fun. In industry news, Disney's What If show dropped on Disney Plus just the other week, and it seems to be getting a lot of critical praise from both fans and critics alike, with the first episode exploring a very interesting take on Captain America and Peggy Carter. I won't spoil anything. I'm very excited to see where they go with future episodes of this show, and it definitely bodes well for a lot of those what if issues. Those are really fun reads, and it's exciting to see people now, after the show has taken off, kind of get into those books as well. So it's going to be fun to see where that goes. Also, in some Marvel MCU news, there has been basically confirmation that Ben Kingsley is going to be reprising his role as the Mandarin in the Shang-Chi movie, and fans seem to be really happy and interested to see where they're going with that. In DC cinematic news, a couple weeks ago we had the Suicide Squad movie that came out. It did very well. It's one of the most well-received DC movies in quite a while, and fans are really seeming to enjoy the characters, the direction that James Gunn took it in, and it's interesting to see a lot of obscure characters that he took, much like Guardians of the Galaxy, and made fun and enjoyable and brought them to a new audience. And with that, we're seeing a little bit of a ripple effect in back issues that are revolving those characters. So key first appearances of characters such as Polka Dot Man, King Shark, and Ratcatcher that appeared in that Suicide Squad movie. So it's fun to see some lesser known C-list characters getting some love, and also a DC property doing well. Marvel announced Beyond Amazing, which is a 2020 event that's going to be celebrating the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man's first appearance in Amazing Fantasy. So they haven't dropped any details, but knowing Marvel and knowing that it's going to be an event celebrating one of their marquee characters, Spider-Man, I'm sure it's going to be something that we're definitely going to want to keep an eye on. On a similar note, Marvel also announced the Fantastic Four Anniversary Tribute #1, which is a 60th anniversary of Fantastic Four, or the world's greatest Marvel magazine, that's set to drop in November, with a whole all-star lineup of creatives working on it, and a cover A by Steve McNiven. So for you Fantastic Four fans or Marvel fans, that's going to be a fun thing to look out for in the near future. In comics to look out for this week, for DC, we have Nightwing 83. For you Nightwing fans, we got another fun issue of Nightwing. We also have Batman Secret Files Clown Hunter #1, a one-shot. For Marvel, this week we have Kang the Conqueror #1, a character who obviously is very popular right now. We also have Moon Knight #2, which is a follow-up to the first issue of the new run of Moon Knight, an always popular character, especially right now. We also have Miles Morales Annual #1, a character, again, another great character, another #1, a fun place to start. So those are some great Marvel titles coming out this week. On the indie scene, from Bad Idea, we have Hero Trade Passive Aggressive #1. From Boom, we have Eat the Rich #1, and we also have Dark Blood #1, second print, a book that James here in our shop has highly recommended. From Dark Horse, we have Killer Queens #1. From Image, we have Department of Truth #1, a 6th printing. So if you haven't got your chance to get that book, now's a good time to get a #1 6th printing, and that will be the final printing. And we also have Second Chances #1 from Image. So those are some fun first issues, a great way to start reading a series. So again, thank you guys so much for joining me for this video this week. Again, we're going to put in a lot of effort to really stepping these videos up. We're really excited to bring you some new videos with a little bit more of interesting content in the future. We're able to do some deeper dives. We're really kind of working on some things behind the scenes. I'm excited to hear your feedback about this week's video. And again, I expect future videos on a regular basis every week from here at A1 Comics. And again, if you haven't ever joined us for one of our live sales on Instagram, check us out. We're the A1 Comics on Instagram. Stop by and say hello. We would love to have you participate. All right, and this is Wes from A1 Comics signing out, you guys. Bye.